Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to Monster Hearts 2. Once again, we return. I am Ferret, your chonky mustelid, and I am your game facilitator of the day. We have several players, all of which were recruited from the Gauntlet for this time on the game. That is gauntlet-rpg.com if you want to check out podcasts, other things, and get with a community who likes story gaming and other things. And I am running once again. We return a Wicked and the Divine hack of Monster Hearts 2. If you've been following along this time, this is probably the most boring part of the game as we introduce ourselves and the characters that you have come to love, know, and hate. And so I think I will start off in the order on the screen I see. So, Sarah Bell, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi. My name is Sarah Bell, and
I think I hear you roboting a bit. Is that just me?
No, I hear a lot of roboting.
Nothing but roboting.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if it was Garia doing that.
Well, dang. Yeah, let's move on to Danilo and Puckett to give Cerebel some time for resetting.
What is up? I am Puckett, he, him pronouns. I am playing Danilo Bomba, who is harboring the incarnation of El Tunchi, a vengeful forest spirit of the Amazon. Surprisingly enough, Danilo has become much less wrathful since he created a river of memories in the underworld and has basically stared into the souls of, well, everyone that he killed and realized that they were not entirely awful people, even though they still deserve to die. So he has become more cognizant of his impact and more aware of what he does and how it affects other people. You might say that he's becoming even a bit sensitive. But he's still playing death metal.
I mean, someone might. I'm not going to say that.
Listen. All I know is that you can play death metal and still realize that maybe you have kind of been something like a shit. So he's gaining self-awareness.
Okay. Up next is Sabine and everyone's favorite goddess, Pasithea.
Hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns. I am playing Pasithea, who usually uses she, her, when she can remember to do that. Pasithea is a grace of altered perceptions and hallucinations. She uses the Bedlam playbook and from Monster Hearts. And Pasi is usually in her own reality because the other one is not very nice. Pasi spent a long time in the void, whatever that is, looking for secrets, and now she's come back with a gingerbread house where everybody can live and be happy forever. Or if they don't want to be happy, that's cool too. They can just be morose and mope there if they want to. Because Pasithea doesn't judge. She doesn't use her mortal name or anything from her mortal self. She mostly ignores her mortal self because that's boring. Last time she had returned from the void, reconnected with the rest of the gang, heard stuff, but that mostly she didn't really care about because Sun, Moon Daddy, but the tower exploded. But Dundee, the crocodile, was safe, so everybody's there. And since everything is so fine, she went out with Danilo to reconnect and smoke some weed, and then they were surprised by some cops who somehow were in a very peaceful mood. And then she tried to turn the handcuffs into butterflies, which mostly worked, but freaked out the cops, and then there was a bit of violence. And I don't know where that ended.
Okay.
But I think we left it up in the open.
And Sarabelle, could you try talking for us?
Hey.
Yay!
Yeah, and I can hear you guys pretty well too, so I'm just like, maybe that worked.
Okay, would you like to retry introducing yourself and your character?
Hi, my name is Sarah. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Shango. Are we doing playbooks? I'm playing a dragon. She's the god of war and lightning and is very unhappy because a fucking cop shot her boyfriend. She doesn't know that yet, but still mad. Preemptively mad.
Yeah, we'll get there. And last but not least, our Kingmaker. Ludo, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, I'm Ludo. I go by any pronouns, and I'm playing Ijiria. Ijiria is the incarnated of the king-making nymph and steward of secrets, and has been dealing with a lot of fallout uh, related with their attempt at a coup at the Sol Invictus and Luna. And last we saw her, she was getting two moves to get Parvati back into the fold and to get another treasure to her collection. Or actually caring about what Parvati was, because they were the last ones dragged in this mess. Who knows? That's the problem. Probably not even Nigeria.
Nicely done. And I believe we can were Agaria and Shango in the same scene together last time when the gunshot went off? Yeah, so do you mind if I hard frame
I think it was Pasithea and Shang. Right. Sorry.
Pasithea and
Okay.
Danilo were at
Yeah.
the cops, yeah.
Yeah, we were sitting on the curb smoking something fun.
Yeah, so do you mind if I start putting people together?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we see the opening scene with like the title credits this time coming in like with butterflies and dissipating into CGI butterflies, and this episode's name comes up, and the camera pans down through the name, like the name of the episode. The butterflies fly off, and we see Shango and Agaria trucking it towards the gunshot, with I think probably Persephone and Anansi with you this time. And you guys get to the side, and I think what is the immediate reaction with Danilo after he is injured, and does he just like lie there hurt? Does he work a miracle? What is his first reaction?
Okay, so refresh my memory. I thought Sabine turned the bullets into butterflies.
No, she turned the handcuffs they were going to arrest you into butterflies, and then they.
Okay.
But veil-wise, we're just saying that one of the cops.
Right, because of
charged
police
a
brutality.
weapon.
I want to gaze into the abyss,
Okay.
and I want to gaze into the abyss and see what this cop has done.
Oh dear. Well, everyone, the role for your party link is in the Lines and Veils tab, which is a good place to go and check up since we had a addition to the Lines and Veils. But if you need it, I will post it in the chat as well, since we are the Luckily Settling Lobster.
I am waiting for it to load because for some reason my computer is now. Why are you hanging up on this? What's going on?
It caught whatever mine has.
Don't be so annoying. There we go. Okay, there we go. Finally. That is a 9, and then Gaze into the Abyss is with what? Or is it flat?
It's -1, so you got an 8.
It's dark, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's dark. So confusing and alarming visions about this cop and what this cop has done.
I think you see a lot of it's like it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of it's like he's like you're walking through these aisles of just papers stacked up and up and up, like you're in a maze almost, and you can hear just chaos behind the papers. And as you keep going through these different pieces of bureaucracy, you start you see this like light at the end of a tunnel, and you make your way there, and you're finally you get to the light, and the chaos is all around you, but you're handed the tools of your trade and sent off into the world.
So I'm not saying anything about previous police brutality, just that this guy was stuck in records for forever.
I think what you're to sort of clarify what I was going for, like this is his first assignment.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to work a miracle.
Okay.
And the miracle that I'm going to work I want to turn those bullets into pollen.
They're not. Nothing is. You mean like the bullets they have in their guns right now?
The bullets that they just shot at me.
Oh, you are injured, but you're targeting. So you're going to.
Wait. So the dude actually shot me.
Yeah, you should be at 2 harm because of the miracle cost that Pasthea paid last time.
Yeah, because of the handcuffs. 2 seconds here. Let me double check that to make sure. Yeah, I've got 2 harm on me.
Yeah, so there is no the gun was just for. This is rubbing up against a veil.
I understand.
Like, there is no imminent danger right now that you think of, except for seeing the butterflies go up or anything like that. You are injured. It's sort of like the danger has passed for the moment.
Okay. Still want to work a miracle. I'm going to turn their guns into trees.
Ooh, are they going to be bonsai trees or full-grown trees?
Full-grown trees. Cherry blossom trees, in fact.
Okay. So yeah, the guns they're holding, I think, fall from their hands, turn into it's like they're decomposing as they fall. Like you see them being rebuilt. This bullet falls out, into, almost hitting the ground, and the bullet turns into a seed, and that lands, and this tree sprouts in front of them. The cherry blossoms erupt immediately out of season, begin falling and having this peaceful atmosphere everywhere. Do you want to choose 2, or shall I choose 1 for the cost of this miracle?
I'll go ahead and choose 2.
Go on.
And I think the cops see a true piece of me. And I think it takes on a life of its own. And the idea of disarming the police now has a symbol of a cherry blossom, and people start getting it tattooed.
I think what I'm going to do is, for the reaction, anyone who has who comes to these groves with peace on their mind, cherry blossoms landing on them count as like forms of armor against harm.
Fair.
And but like I think like it'll have like that bit of like the cherry blossom is like tattooed on their body until the harm is done, and then it will dissipate.
Oh, and apparently I get a string on Pasthea.
From the miracle cost last time.
Okay, 2 seconds.
And the question, I think it'll be the cop in charge will ask. Will basically be well, they see a true part. Do you mean us harm?
No. I was just sitting on the sidewalk chilling.
Yeah, I think Agiria and Shango get here with the other gods, and there's like again like that fear in the eyes of the main female cop as she begins getting her partner back in the car, and it's like gets. I think you can hear the talk, like the chatter over the like front, like the speakers of the car. It's like, yeah, nothing's going on here. Mistake. Going on back on patrol. We'll need like requisition file form 1A3729C4 dash whatever.
I yell after him, "Hey, my dude, chill on the trigger finger next time, all right?"
Yeah, I think I will point to Agaria. You see Danilo on the ground looking pretty beaten up. This isn't a Korean donut shop, but what do you do?
My question depends on am I out of my darkest self or not?
Oh, you did last time because Parvati proved you. I think like showed you that they weren't an object last time.
Okay, because otherwise she will just freak out that the cop dared to touch one of her treasures, and it will be rolling plus volatile. On this case, she goes towards Danilo, and she seems to be quite shaken, and she kneels before him and says, "What can I do for you? What do you need?"
A beer would be nice.
A beer with gingerbread cookies. Now that's something.
Gingerbread cookies work.
And I think Persephone is standing there. It's like, can we get him to a doctor? I don't want him back in my realm.
We don't need a doctor. We need each other. Come. Let's get you inside.
I'm just trying really hard to keep it together. She's
Oh,
got like sparks of electricity coming off her, and she's ready to kick some ass. I'm doing violence.
are you going to roll volatile or to keep your cool?
I'm gonna roll to keep my cool because even though Danilo is being really chill about this, Shango is not. So Shango is not. So I rolled a 5. I'm easily manipulated.
Let's see what to do. Yeah, I think you just unload, like the car is going down the street and you unload with like a sheer amount of force and you start ripping up the street, glass shatters, like it's like lightning is hitting way too many things at way too many times. Like I think like there's still sparks like reflecting off the glass, hitting different directions, but you level the street to get at a cop car.
At this
Yeah.
point, I want to get up and kiss Shango and roll to turn her on.
Oh dear God.
Because
Let's
there's
see.
no way this could go badly.
Okay, calm down the war god with
Sex.
compassion.
Switches.
That is a 7. And that's with hot, right?
That's a flat 7 for you.
All right. Well, thank heavens.
Be hotter, man. God.
Look, I'm cold. What can I say? That's a good result for me.
Hot and you're cold.
So, what would you like to do? You want to give yourself to me, promise me something that you think I want, or get embarrassed and act awkward?
Or give him a string to not choose.
Oh, that's true.
So I think she literally is just like, she's got pieces of like concrete in her hands, and Danila comes over and like puts his arm around her and like gives her a kiss, and she just drops everything. It's like, how the fuck? How do they think they have the right to do that to us?
It's not an excuse. It was literally his first time out of the station.
That sounds like a fucking excuse to me.
I have a sneaking suspicion he'll be much more careful in the future. At the very least, he's going to have to explain what happened to his gun and why there's 2 cherry trees now, cherry blossom trees standing here.
He's lucky that you're here. Because if it were just me, he wouldn't make it to it next time.
And honestly,
Oh my God. Fuck that.
If he had done anything like this in the past, you wouldn't have had a chance to get to him. He would be a pile of smoldering ash over there somewhere.
And I think Anansi sort of comes in as a third wheel. It's like, I really enjoy the murderous rage you two have going. Very attractive, very sparky. Can we get back to the safety of the gingerbread house? I mean, people are going to be asking questions now.
Oh, they're always asking questions. But I could go for some cookies.
Yeah, and Pasithea, what are you doing?
I'm looking at the butterflies. Butterflies are nice. None of this violence shit. I don't deal well with real life shit. I just butterflies. I'm gathering up my butterflies and we can go to the gingerbread house. Sure.
Yeah, back at the gingerbread house, I think Narcissus is outside planting flowers around the place with I think like she's even showing a bit of self-awareness by trying to plant chocolate chips to see if they'll burst into plants around here.
Oh, honey, you have so much to learn. You start with cocoa beans, not chocolate chips.
Who says? I mean, chocolate chips seem fine to me. They will grow into something amazing.
Well, with your intervention, yes. But
she gets it. I mean, back when I was young, I always wanted a cookie tree.
Yeah, it will grow cookies, not cocoa beans. You do cocoa beans, you get more cocoa beans, which is nice. But if you plant cookies, you get cookies, which is even nicer.
I mean, what's the point of godhood if you can't make cookie trees, I guess?
Exactly.
I think this is when like a shadow begins being cast over the house, and this is a very ominous feeling shadow. And I think you can, if you look up, the sun seems to be becoming eclipsed, which may mean something. I mean, there's no moon in the sky. How the fuck is this happening?
Maybe it's a dragon. I want to gaze into the abyss to see the dragon.
Gaze into the abyss to follow the dragon.
I'm right here.
Yeah, but you're not occluding the sun, Shango. Dragon up there is. So let me look, please. I'm rolling. Let's see how that. Oh wow, I've rolled a 12, and I think I've got a 14 here, and that means that I can totally trigger my move. Woo! Which is good omen. So when you roll a 10 up to gaze into the abyss, you can choose to get confusing and alarming visions, but share them with anyone else in the scene you choose. Sure, I want to have alarming visions to share with everybody.
Okay, so everybody, you see, I think it is this grand dragon in the sky clutching the sun like Agaria feels about clutching most people that they treasure. And riding this dragon is Moon Daddy. And you can see that you feel the frustration in them, that if the planet is not going to capitulate to them, at least not in the way they want, maybe there's a way to force people to bow.
Well, that's not Puff the Magic Dragon. Damn.
Sorry, Passy.
Wow. What's that mean?
We're not going to Honolulu today, I guess.
Yep.
So any idea how to kill this fucking dragon?
Lance is traditional.
No idea.
And I think Persephone is looking up. It's like, in that one book, there was an arrow through the missing heart scale.
Right. I read that book. Right. Yeah, you got a black arrow, a dwarven arrow, I guess. You need to find some dwarves. It's a quest.
Who's gonna tell Passy dwarves aren't real?
None of us are going to tell Passy the dwarves aren't real, because Passy might be able to find a world or dimension or plane where they are.
I can take you to the dwarves. Don't tell me what's real or not. Real is a thing in your mind anyway.
Real is just a consensual hallucination that we all agree to.
I don't agree.
All right. So I can't believe I'm going to say this, but dwarves, I guess?
I mean, I'm surprised that there is not a single one of us that is not tied to dwarves somehow.
And I think Anansi chuckles like, I know some pygmies if you guys aren't really that picky.
Well, do they know how to kill some meta-protean godling things?
Well, you're thinking we're going to have to kill the dragon. Why don't we just kill the person telling the dragon where to go?
I like that plan even more.
That's
fellow
and
draconic respect and whatnot.
It's like, I mean, what did the dragon do but get conscripted and not be able to say no like we were able to?
Yeah, Shango, you were saying something. I didn't hear that.
Oh no. End goal is totally to kill the dragon.
Okay.
I feel nothing personally. No need to hurt it. Just being cool.
I mean, the dragon might know that an asshole is riding it and may not like the asshole either and want to help us.
Also, we're gonna turn the dragon into Puff the Magic Dragon. I like that.
Passy, make sure you save some cookies for the dragon.
I will.
Don't know what kind of cookies dragons like, but
I talked to the house. I can find out.
Yeah, cookies might be in order here.
Yeah. Cool.
And I think at this point, Nzinga peeks her head out of the door of the gingerbread house, like, guys, you might want to come in and see this.
I walk in to see this.
As inside, I think that someone has set up a TV near Dundee's tank, so there's always something on to make sure that he's entertained. But what is on the TV now is, of course, exposition news. As the Grand Temple of Luna and Sol Invictus has risen in downtown LA, where the Capitol building used to be. And Moon Daddy is demanding genuflection from the crowd of mortals before it, with promises of grand power for those who offer their true allegiance to the one who can grant godhood and divinity once more.
What the fuck is a genuflection?
It means to bow.
So fuck that.
You know, I have spent too much time thrashing in pits and picking people up off of the fucking floor to see some asshole try to make people bow.
Honestly, isn't that what Luna and Sol Invictus were trying to do to us? Give us a bunch of power, and they're like, no, no, no. Like, you guys have power, but we have the most power. Yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck them. We need to go over there and fuck their shit up.
What about that well? Passy, didn't you say something about a well?
Yeah, I was in a well. I dove down. They are what all I found is that they are married somehow, but maybe we can find a loophole in their marriage contract or something like that. It was too lawyery, really, for me to clearly remember.
Well, that sounds like a job for Agaria.
Yeah, right. That's what I went there for, to get this for Agaria anyway.
Well, that's how we got into this trouble in the first time. We got rid of their marriage.
Oh, well then, yeah. But I think we determined that Luna doesn't like Sol Invictus, right?
Yeah,
correct.
So
yeah, that's why.
Can't we make a grudge match with these two? Just one against the other. Bam, bam.
This is what it looks like.
Oh.
Yeah.
There is nothing I would like more than to see that freaky amalgamation punching itself in the face.
Yeah, that would
Holy
be
shit.
delightful.
that would be amazing.
Just make it fight itself into oblivion.
Maybe we should just talk it into, I don't know, maybe it doesn't really want to exist.
Well,
because it does, really.
As there is someone that can do that, it's you, Passy.
Thank you, I guess.
I'm wondering, should we maybe hit up that well and like drink a shitload of whatever out of it, power up, just in case we need it?
Do you think this works like in the video game where we just have to find the magical mushrooms to power up? I mean, I would love that, but I don't know if it works that way.
It work for the both of you. No, I don't like the idea of power up unless it's necessary. The only successes that we accomplished was by returning stolen power back. I don't think we're gonna fix this by appropriating more power. I think we should give more power away, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No.
I think I get what he's saying. Well, when we voluntarily surrendered power, they grew weaker. And then they joined together possibly because of that weakness.
Yeah,
This
because
may not be a display of strength.
no, this is despair. We need to remember we are talking about Ur-fascists. What happens when they are pressured, when they are almost to the point of losing? This is what they do.
AGAB.
But we are also gods. You can't say all gods are bastards. Okay, I'm kind of a bastard.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we must destroy the system. It does not matter that some of the gods are nice-ish, like the present company. The idea of
Nigeria.
God is still bad.
Fuck you. No, I'm not stopping being Pasifea. No way. No way. Can forget that.
Well, I'm not asking you to do, but I'm asking you, why cannot everyone else also take this power? Why only some arbitrary people? This is what I mean by giving it back. Taking away all that they have stolen from countless generations of people. You saw the ghosts, you all saw the ghosts. We need to finish what they started.
I saw no ghosts.
You're talking about giving everybody a little bit of godly power and
Yes.
basically bringing magic back to the world.
It's what we did on the underworld. We returned the control over the cycle of life and death to the people instead of to fucking Hades. This is what we should do. This is how we weaken this though. Playing the divinity game, we are just setting up the next Sol Invictus or Luna. But fuck that. I'm not doing this for that.
I like the idea of bringing magic back. How do we do that?
Well, by giving away our magic. Are you willing to share? It's hard.
No, I'm not. I'm not willing to give up being Pasifea. And I can't. I won't. Forget it.
Okay, and
Not even
this
if
has
it
caused enough trouble for all of us. Why would you want that to be on everybody in the world?
because it wouldn't be that much power. It'd be stuff like they could snap their fingers and light their cigarette.
And the problem
Or
is that we
heat
have to
their
bear
coffee.
this alone. If everyone had this, they will not have to bear this alone, and they could do what mortals do better: cooperate, work with each other. They already do miracles without this.
I think
Like-
Narcissus.
Like mortals. No, mortals hurt each other. Forget it. They should not get more power to hurt each other. I mean, look at what they've done without godly power. No, Egeria. That's not. No, forget it. No.
I think Narcissus is looking at a mirror, of course, after planting her chocolate chips. It's like, wouldn't we be giving them like a 2-year death sentence too? I can't do that. Little babies are cute.
I think this death sentence was something that does to impose it upon us, so that we call not to grow to usurp them. I think it's artificial, and we can get rid of that. Maybe not to save us, but at least to save others.
You don't know that.
No, I don't. But if there is something that I'm willing to fight and try, is that.
You know what's strange? And Zynga says as she turns off exposition news. We've seen Luna. We've seen Sol Invictus. Isn't Gaia supposed to be the embodiment of Earth? Where is she in all of this?
Probably just waiting for everybody to go and do their own shit and not bother her.
I get a really bad vibe, and I get the horrible idea that maybe the Fusa thing is Gaia, and that's horrible. And I think I gaze into the abyss.
Go ahead.
God damn it.
Eight.
I think you see both Luna and Sol Invictus standing above you, casting light, warmth, parental feelings down towards you. placing you in a crib, and then the crib keeps going lower and lower, their visages disappearing as the doors close and the sound of a lock can be heard from the outside.
A cradle? I don't understand.
And I think Anansi looking, she's like, a cradle? We're talking about Gaia, the moon person. What are you on?
Wait,
Did you
Gaia
live
is supposed to be the Earth, isn't she? Not the moon. The moon is not the Earth, and the sun. Neither is the sun. I'm pretty certain. I missed a lot of school, but I'm pretty certain that's true.
American education at its finest. Yeah, I think Nzinga's sort of checking like fire in her hands. Like, you guys can talk. I just want to kill those two. I mean, they fucked my life over pretty bad. I think if they're dead, whatever they're asking for other humans to do won't be that big of a deal. Because I like being in Zynga. I'm with Pasithea. I don't want to give this up.
Well, we're all giving it up in about 2 years, whether we want it or not.
Yeah, and it'll be the best 2 years of my life until then. She like slings her arm around Shango. It's like, I've got the best gal around. I've got the world respecting me for once. I mean, things are going well.
I mean,
all things considered.
I mean, we broke the string, so in theory, after we die, our power should go back to mortals and not to those two. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine by me. Once I'm dead, my power can go wherever.
Yeah, so I mean, just try again next time. Seems fair like that.
I don't want anybody else to go through what we've been through.
Me neither.
I mean, my life got a lot better after this, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. This is a whole lot better than what I had. But this is just another trap.
Exactly. I was thinking that the apotheosis came with some liberation, but not really.
Dundee's chirps.
I feed Dundee a cookie.
I want to gaze into the abyss. I want to understand what Dundee's say.
Go ahead and gaze into the abyss.
That's an 8.
You get the sense of play. And let me type this into chat because this is the weakest, disturbing vision I've ever done.
Anybody know what play is?
Kind of. No?
Is that real talking right now?
I just kind of like tried to read Dundee's mind a little bit, and I got a vision of play.
Yeah, let's figure out what that means.
I mean,
maybe it's in another language. Probably
maybe.
crocodile.
But so, Passy, I think you and I can agree on this.
Yeah.
Dundee might be the smartest one of all of us because if you look, he just hangs out and eats cookies and chirps. I mean,
I would like to do that. Really?
Right?
Right.
Wouldn't all of us like to do that?
I think Egeria might do something more than just lie around and eat cookies and make chirping noises.
Maybe.
Wait, don't we have somebody with a crocodile connection in their pantheon? No? Okay.
And I think someone's written down play all that much, and if anyone looks at Narcissus's mirror, it just says help in the reflection.
Huh. So who the hell are we supposed to help?
Chirp.
Dundee. We're supposed to help Dundee. I mean, what do you need, Dundee? Come on, tell us. You need another cookie, or do you need a fish?
And I think Dundee is like actually getting active and energetic and moving towards the cage or the walls of the enclosure, trying to push it over.
All right. I'm going to work a miracle and give Dundee the power of speech.
Okay. Do you want to choose two consequences, or?
Oh, go ahead and give me a random one.
Okay. You deal 2 harm to someone you care about and give them a string on you as you steal part of their voice and give it to Dundee.
Pick me.
I was actually thinking Passy because she seems like she'd be the least upset about Dundee being able to talk.
Yeah, so I think it starts off in like a croaky Pasithea voice immediately. As Dundee starts, like, I have been trapped like this for aeons. They walk upon me, yet do not respect me. And I cannot even be on myself as they keep me in the water, in the glass. The cookies were nice, though.
Huh. You seem like a really, really, really wise crocodile.
Alligator.
Shit. We thought you were a crocodile this whole time.
And I think that there's even sort of like, if a crocodile could smile.
Which crocodile smile? Haven't you ever seen them open their mouths?
I think there's like a chirp of laughter. It's like, got you. But
does Narcissus's mirror still say help?
I think that someone just like wrote down play, and like it's just still saying that. It's just like the reflection is still of that. Yes.
Huh. I might be going in a totally wrong direction by like take Nzinga's arm off my shoulder, walk over to Narcissus, grab the mirror from her, push her away, and gaze into the abyss.
Go ahead, rudely gaze into the abyss.
Can I do anything in any other way? That's a 5, and I need to remember to take those experience points.
It didn't re-roll on my end. Mind if I want to check because it just I've been watching it. It didn't do it. Let me. Yeah, how about you take a 7 instead of a 5 because I don't think it re-rolled last time.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. What's going on? I get those alarming visions.
Yeah, I think you see, like, you get that alarming bit of Sol Invictus, Luna, Gaia, everyone around, like everyone, like at this family dinner, but that kind of tension that was at your own old family, at Amelia's old family dinners, and the the conversation that Luna and Sol Invictus are having make no sense to you. It's like a child in the Charlie Brown universe. The adult conversations are going on, but they don't have cognitive sense. And they both look at Gaia and ask her to go to bed, and they will be in there to put her down shortly.
Are Saluna gonna kill the Earth?
Do you ask that out loud?
Yeah.
And I think Gaia is like, no, they need Earth to play on.
But I guess they just wanted to sleep and be nice in their room. This is feels very weird. And it hurts. I need a hit.
I gesture my hand and grow
weird.
something good for Passy.
This whole thing is super weird. But if we go and find them and kick their ass, maybe we can fix everything that we fucked up and they fucked up, because we fucked up a bunch of stuff already.
And I think Nzinga looks a bit pissed. She was, rudely moved away from, but and Narcissus is like, I think, almost glomming on to Shango to try and get her mirror back. And Nancy's like, yeah, yes, we're the best fighting force there is. We'll take them down, no problem.
Sigh.
Shango shoves Narcissus away. I'm still fucking mad at you. Don't touch me.
What did I do?
We heard you say son daddy. That was enough.
Also killed my girlfriend. And I'm
That
you're lucky that you are still breathing. I'm just gonna tell you that straight up.
But that was just because Sun Daddy told me to do it. If I hadn't, Sun Daddy would have just like ruined my life. And honestly, isn't my life a bit more important than some mortals? Because
No.
you need me now.
Do I?
Will you not follow? We can just kill you and negotiate with the next person that gets your power. Don't pressure luck.
Can you please do the killing outside? I don't like it in the house.
You guys are rude. Maybe I shouldn't have joined up with you. I mean, for concepts of ego, you guys are like more id. It's really stretching the imagination.
Listen, we need mortals. If the mortals don't believe in us, we don't exist. It's kind of the point of gods, right? So, yes, a mortal's life is more important than yours. Now, Passy, let me see if I can grow some tea to help you out with your throat.
Oh, that would be nice, thank you. Maybe somebody should bind up your hole there. I won't poke at it, but it's bleeding.
Oh, shit, I didn't even notice. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, baby. I can't believe you haven't noticed. Because I've been trying to not notice.
I mean, you got to remember, I'm used to death metal shows in Brazil. So, I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've been stabbed. I mean, it kind of doesn't register. But
hey,
yeah,
babe.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. I will freak out and I might set fire to this house.
Please
Okay.
don't set fire to this house.
So I've got an idea. Passy, let me grow you some tea leaves, and then Shango. Passy, there's a bedroom in this house, right?
Yeah, I guess somewhere over there.
Okay.
More than one, actually.
Okay. And I wave my hand again, and some tea leaves start growing. Shango, you want to go see if we can like set fire to the sheets?
Oh, you know how to set a mood. I am being
Are you
sarcastic,
tempting
but I'm saying, are you tempting her?
Ooh, I believe. I mean, this does sound like tempting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You got the strings.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I'll just go ahead and spend a string because, dear God, I've got enough.
Yeah, and with that going on, I think it's a good time to call a break. Let's be back at 13 after the hour.
All right.
Alrighty.
Hello, just letting you know I'm back.
Same.
Good. Good.
So I'm trying to find this game called, I believe it's Zas or Kala. It's basically a black metal RPG, and apparently there's a print version of it. And I kind of want it if I can find it someplace.
I think I've actually heard of that. I remember, I think it was either Origins or Gen Con I saw that. But that could be just misremembering because I think Irkala is the name of a god or something. So I'm just glad to have gotten Sigmata, this signal kills fascist, or I got that in the Humble Bundle. I backed it on Kickstarter long ago, but had to drop my pledge because financial hardship. And
Right.
yeah, I'm going to read that and probably run it one day because it seemed really interesting from what I remember from the Kickstarter. But yes, welcome back, everyone. Let us just. So we're going to have to kick off the sex moves, which we know how this works. Each of you gain one experience of the Danilos. Danilo gained a string on Shango, and Shango gained another experience. Oh, I guess you have to because Danilo told everyone he was going to go have sex with you before this happened.
All right. So I mark experience if they love me, and they mark experience if I love them. And yeah, I wasn't particularly subtle about it, was I?
I absolutely adore.
You absolutely
okay?
adore what?
That it's just reading the process.
Oh, the ease of the process or the breeziness of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's. I think we're going to have to cut that. So, Gary, you're with the majority of the group now. What are you planning to do?
It seems that the solution to this power might rely on Gaia. I think we need to tie by Gaia's fate with the mortals rather than the other two primordials. Gaia's potential, its home, and we should tie the fates of the mortals with them. Let them die or live together, bound in a new order that is not imposed by those two monsters.
And Zinga's like, and we don't have to give up our powers if we do this?
I don't think so. As long as they return to the earth and the earth nurtures the mortals with its magical embrace, and vice versa. A world of cooperation.
And she nods and is like, I'll believe in a world of cooperation when I see it.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? We're never gonna see it, and that's our price to pay.
I see. And Anansi, or Persephone, glances over at Pasithea. It's like, I'm kind of on your side. My life wasn't really all that great before this. I'm not sure I want to just give it up.
I won't give it up.
Do you think he? I think like I don't think I'm going to have Danilo pay a miracle cost to have grown you some weed and tea leaves, seeing as what he's done with his powers. So yeah, I think you have a good cup of tea brewing now. That luckily the gingerbread house has amazing sound blockage. So,
Yeah, but I still have to harm, so.
oh yeah.
But you are smelling some burnt gingerbread.
Cool. It still hurts to talk.
Yeah, and I'm sure it hurts to do a lot of things right now, and I think
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not just. It's not. It doesn't matter. I'm happily hurting anyway.
yeah.
So
And Dundee looks up at you. It's like, "Can I have another cookie?"
of course you can. Hey, can you say something like I don't know. I want to have weeds. Just say it, just for me.
I want to do weed.
Yes, that's amazing. I will try to continue talking to Dundee because that's my voice and I kind of like it and it's kind of amazing.
Yeah, and
But Igeria can go give up their powers if they like. I'm whispering to Dundee, I'm not giving up anything. I live in a gingerbread house now with a magical crocodile who is the incorporation of the earth. Why would I want to give that up?
I don't really like being a crocodile. I kind of miss having my normal form.
Okay, what's your normal form?
I'm the embodiment of the earth. I just was sort of like, have you ever been able to craft a body out of water and dreams? It's amazing.
Yeah, sounds amazing. I think I had a trip like that. Yeah, that's amazing. You're right. You should be able to do that.
And when I am myself, I will grow the most amazing THC plants for you.
Okay, so how can we return you to your body?
I don't know. I wish I did. Maybe by defeating Sol Invictus and Luna you could. Maybe by getting them to leave me you could.
Yeah, maybe Danilo can grow you a tree.
I can't climb a tree. I am a crocodile.
Okay, that's bad. Yeah, right. Okay, no tree growing. I have no idea how we can do that, but I'm sure the others will figure something out.
So yeah, Danilo and Shango, after everything is said and done, what are you talking about?
First of all, did that heal any harm?
Just rampant sex? No, that was not erotic tending to wounds. That would, if anything, that would probably make it worse.
Okay, fair enough.
Take another. Okay.
Yeah, valid. So I'm at 3 harm now.
Oh, good lord. This is how you die. This
Totally
is how you
worth
die.
it. Totally worth it. I mean,
is it really?
Dying in the arms of somebody I love. I mean, is there a better way to go? I mean, besides the fact that it might traumatize you and like cause you to go on a murderous revenge spree. I mean,
okay. I am quick to violence. That's a good way of saying it. But like,
you're protective.
It's been hard. I have lost pretty much everybody who's ever cared about me. Okay?
Yeah.
Either they leave me because of who I am or they get hurt because of what I am. And I'm not going to let that happen again. So, like, don't fucking joke about this.
I'm
Okay?
trying to get used to having somebody who cares about me.
And I just want someone who cares about me to stick around.
Totally fair.
And if we do this thing and we give up our powers, there's no guarantee that we're going to stick around longer than, a year and some, year and a little bit more. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'd rather have the 2 years than have the 2 years and nothing. All right?
I can understand that. All I want is the remainder of my time with you.
Yeah, I want that too, and I would love to have maybe 2 weeks without someone actively trying to kill us. Maybe.
Or just fucking with our shit in general where we can just hang out.
You know what'd be great?
What?
To New York in the wintertime.
I've never been outside
Been
Brazil until
anywhere in
now.
the winter?
This is the first time I've been anywhere but Brazil.
Oh my god, snow is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't really get to see snow.
We should do that sometime. After this is all said and done, let's do that.
Okay.
You know,
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I want to be there. You want to go see snow in New York? Let's go see snow in New York. You want to watch sitcoms on a couch? We can do that too. You want to climb mountains or whatever? Let's go climb mountains. This may sound silly, but
mm-hmm.
you want to get married?
Okay, I was not expecting that. And I really, while you were still actively bleeding.
It's just a little blood.
Yeah, fuck. I never thought I'd actually get married at all. Being a raging cat.
I didn't expect to last long enough to do anything.
Yeah, that sounds real nice. I
kissed you on the forehead.
I don't know.
I didn't catch that.
I look up at my. I didn't catch any of that. The answer is yes.
I kiss you on the forehead again.
Again, I didn't get any of your response, Sarabelle. Besides after the yes, it just cut off.
Can you still hear us? So no.
Damn.
What a time for technical difficulties.
Well, I think that the technical difficulties are saying no for Shango, so there will be no marriage, even though she said yes.
But she said yes.
We'll put a pin in that. Why don't you go on to Garia and Passy and give Cerebell a second or two to sort out
Yeah.
tech issues.
Give me 1 second. Hello?
Yes. Yes,
that's
hello.
much better.
Hello, I'm a person who is now engaged. What?
Oh, dear gods. So, yes, you said yes to the engagement. Danilo kissed your forehead again, and then we lost you.
All right, that's cool. Maybe we should get you patched up. And I don't know. Okay, this is gonna be weird, and I'm not saying this because I am embarrassed or anything like that. Maybe we shouldn't tell everyone right now.
Okay.
Cool, because I'm not gonna say I am scared of Nzinga.
Okay, you got a point.
She might burn down the gingerbread house, and I don't want Passy to be sad about it. And I should also maybe talk to her like an adult because I've been really avoidant.
Well, and you know, we can figure it out. I mean, you don't have to like cut her off or anything like that.
Does she? I don't know if she wants to stick around for all of this. Weird.
I'll let.
I need to talk to her.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Here's a weird idea.
I'm always up for your weird ideas.
You want to let Dundee do the ceremony?
I think Dundee is Mother Earth.
Yeah.
I just want to put that into context.
Yeah. I mean, who better to perform a wedding, right?
Okay, your logic is not entirely wrong. But yeah, sure, fuck it.
I mean, by the way, I want that on my tombstone. Not entirely wrong.
Shit, we gotta start figuring out what to put on our own tombstones. That's morbid as shit.
Yeah. But hey, at least I got a head start on it now.
You've got a draft.
Right? It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, won't cost too much to chisel into a monument or whatever they decide to do with wherever we fall. You know.
I'm gonna
They'll just like have trees grow up and like they'll spell that out if you happen to fly over it from the air.
just a grove that says not entirely wrong.
Exactly. You know, the birds can fly in and eat like nuts or fruit or seeds or whatever. Squirrels can hang out in there. It'd be totally chill.
Does Shango want to be using her lightning powers to cauterize Danilo's wound erotically while talking about the marriage and tombstones that will be erected for them after they die?
Yeah, we could do that as this conversation's going on.
Yeah, heal to harm Danilo.
Marriage proposals. Marriage. Okay, so that takes me down to 1 harm.
Yep. 1 sex-induced harm.
But I mean, that just lets you know that you had good sex.
Fucking worth it.
Right?
Literally.
Hey. My theme for the week.
What was that?
It's my theme for the week, I guess.
Yeah. Fucking worth it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you guys go back to the main crowd who was still deciding what to do with Moon Daddy and the now beshadowed world as night is cast upon the entire Earth?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figure I'm patched up enough. I'll just. Do you want the sheet, or do you mind if I take the sheet?
Put a shirt on.
Yeah, okay. I put a shirt on and walk out without any pants on.
Hey, Danilo, you forgot your pants.
No, I totally didn't. Shanga just said put a shirt on.
Fair enough.
Next time I will be more specific.
I grin at you.
I think Nzinga is scowling on the couch directly at both of you. Narcissus has her mirror back. I think the band this is a weird conglomeration of gods and folk heroes who are trying to decide what to do as the one who created them is now joined and acting like a tyrant or an earth fascist. Is this better? Am I still roboting?
Just a tad.
A tad, but it's understandable.
Yeah, we can hear what you're saying. It's kind of like digitally clipping and like the flat and kind of.
We can work with it.
Yeah.
So we were not gone for long, were we? I hope not.
I don't think so.
Did you get some work done?
Were we supposed to?
Well, you were supposed to be drinking some tea, so your voice should be better.
Yeah, but it isn't. Never mind, it's fine. I like my voice like that.
All right, Ferret, out of character, mechanically, how can I heal Passy's harm?
In Monster Hearts, by tenderly tending to it, like making her a romantic cup of tea and sitting down with her as she drinks it, or
Okay.
maybe kissing her throat and applying a bit of mercy through the kiss.
Yeah, considering I just proposed, I have a sneaking suspicion that making a tender cup of tea is probably the better option here. With honey in it and lemon juice, I'm steeping it just perfectly.
CBD is water soluble too.
That's true. So a nice herbal tea, like a chamomile tea, a little bit of CBD in it, some honey, some lemon juice. About 160 degrees. There's a cookie next to it on like a little, not a biscotti, but just like a little lemon cookie, like a lemon snap on the saucer next to it.
Yeah, I mean, Possum will drink it. She might even check the temperature, but I'm not sure if she will.
Yeah, you can heal 2 harm, Pasithea, as the soothing love of tea courses through your body. Yeah, I think after Goddess is in the kitchen with Danilo, like making some snacks for the rest of the group or I think these are actually healthy snacks, even though they're in the gingerbread house, like seaweed chips and fish jerky. And when they come out with everything and settle in, it's like, so we seem more divided than we were back when we were just under each one of them. We each have a different plan of what to do, and maybe this is what the moon father thing wanted for us to fight each other, and they get their way.
I don't think we are divided. I think no matter what motivates each of us, that all of us can agree that we should empower Gaia.
Unless it means giving up our own powers and the whole God thing that's going on. Yeah.
Even if you can keep living.
I don't. Danilo, the fact that I would die in 2 years was one of the best parts of the whole deal.
I mean, Echo shoes. I don't see if that bitch gets to choose. Why don't we get to choose immortality or godhood? That will be the hardest joke. That will be the ultimate revenge of Soul Daddy.
The more stupid names we give him, more I just want to punch his face in. Help Guy also punch his face in.
I agree on both points.
I think we need to get Gaia in its kaiju form to beat its ass.
Okay, so here's what I'm willing. If every one of you takes a condition lost purview and gives up one of your purviews for now, I will say that we'll empower Gaia. If you're willing to do that.
No, I'm not sorry. Hasi will not give up one of her purviews. No way, no how.
Okay, so I will say at least 6 gods need to do this. So Shango is 1.
I mean, I've got purviews to spare.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up king making.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
So, Passy, I got an idea for you.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do a collaboration, and you could gain a purview that you don't want, and you could give up that purview.
I don't know. I cannot promise that I would give up anything that is Pasithea. I mean, I am Pasithea. There is nothing but Pasithea right now, and I don't want anything else.
I'm just saying we could do that, and you could gain something you don't want, something that's totally the opposite of who you are, like cophood or something like that.
How would I gain cophood? Come on, Danilo. I don't think we could work a miracle that would give me cophood.
I mean, that would be a miracle and a half right there. But I'm just saying.
Oh, fine. Okay. If you say that's a good idea, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know that it's a good idea, but I mean, it's not the worst idea, I guess.
It could be the worst idea. But let's do it. Okay. I've never done a collaboration before, so what do we do? Do we hold hands or do we touch noses or what?
With you, let's touch noses.
Like that. Cool.
What is this collaboration going to bring to the world? How are you combining your musical styles to influence the others?
Oh, wow. That's a weird.
Oh.
Sorry, you muted yourself, Cerebel.
It's a house show out of it.
I think you cut out again.
I heard something about a house show.
Yeah.
All right. That's a.
No, you're cutting in and out.
I've heard house show and that's a.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. So what is it going to give to the world? I think we'll have to.
Passy, what's your musical style? Like more avant-garde and artistic?
Hippie space opera. That about sums it up.
Hippie space opera. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit.
So that actually kind of works because I'm thinking that the collaboration between the two creates something like Opeth, where it's like kind of operatic black metal.
Okay. I guess.
Concept records, you know, like really out there cosmic horror, weird concept records.
Yeah, cosmic horror. I like it. Only not cosmic horror, more like cosmic weirdness.
Like traveling the universe through space and time.
And meeting creatures that most people would think are horrific and that Pasithea would think are quite
delightful.
Cute. Delightful, yeah. Yeah.
So, like, this is the perfect soundtrack for a JRPG.
Yeah, that or like is something that you'd see on Adult Swim at like 4 a.m.
Yes.
Perfect soundtrack for My Little Cthulhu, really.
Like something that would be amazing to smoke some really good weed too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So
like
choose your. How many strings are you guys spending on this collaboration?
I'm going to dump 3 in, and Passy can also has 3 strings on me.
Yeah, so, I'll dump them. Cool. Sure.
Okay. Choose both of you. Choose your 2 wonders, and then tell me what each of you chooses the consequence.
All right. So we've agreed on purview, on choosing a new purview.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then, do you want to create something transcendent that will outlive the both of us?
You might want to summon the previous incarnations of your other gods.
No, I don't want to summon a previous incarnation. That would just remind me that I'm not really my god. Nothing that reminds me of being a mortal person at all.
Yeah. And you've already identified all the NPCs in the pantheon, correct?
So let's create something transcendent. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Oh, I know what this will do.
What was that?
And then I know what I think this will do. So yeah, keep going.
So what are you thinking here, Sabine? What do you want to create?
Something transcendent that will.
Ooh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's a thought to start with. A palace made of unbreakable crystal with perfect acoustics to listen to this collaboration in.
That's nice, but I have another idea. Maybe we create a new star in the sky.
Maybe it hangs over that palace? Like a North Star type thing?
I like the idea that we have a new star. Like we have created something in the heavens that will glow bright enough to, see by, navigate by. Mm-hmm. Like it's not really challenging the moon, but just a little,
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you want to do the palace as well, or just the star?
I think just the star is enough.
Okay.
Just the star.
Gingerbread heart. You have a gingerbread house.
Yeah. We don't need a palace. I want something in the I want to take the heavens back with the collaboration. Come on.
All right. So we both get a new purview, and we've created a star.
Yeah. Cool.
And you choose your consequences independently.
Yeah. I mean, I could choose you maniacally write the highs and lows of your own emotions because I do that, but I do that anyway.
Right. But
I mean, that's the same reason why I can't choose go into your darkest selves, because I'm in my darkest self all the time anyway. So I can't do that.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and manically ride the highs until I go into darkest self.
Yeah, I want to maniacally write stuff. That seems about right.
Okay. So gain the new purview you guys have, and I assume choose which one you're going to give up to empower Gaia.
Which new purview do we get?
Oh, you choose.
Oh, you name it. You identify it.
Okay, we don't get the same one.
No, you
Correct.
can choose whatever you want.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose the purview of cookies.
Oh dear God.
Okay, yeah.
So you
Should I pick something else?
So like you can pick the stars, the heavens.
That's what I'm going to pick, actually. I will pick the light and the heavens. And I will give that to Gaia, because it seems fitting that she can get the light of the heavens.
Hmm.
Might help.
You could do. You might want to get like something to give her that would empower her and make her more kind, like empathy, or.
Nah, I'm giving her the light of the heavens.
No, I'm talking for Danilo.
Yeah. Yeah. Compassion.
Okay.
And I'll just put that in my lost purviews next to wrath.
Yeah. As you, I'm assuming Agaria is also empowering Gaia.
Yeah, with Kingmaker.
Yes. And I'll say that at least Atargathis and Persephone won't join in, but I think Nzinga's still convinced that Shango and Danilo and she have a future together, so she will sadly give up her rulership purview. I think Dundee begins rising out of the container, and like this lock that was held, like this like special like conglomeration of scales on their neck breaks, and the form of Dundee shifts into that of a beautiful woman, like a caryatid, if you know what that is, like a carved wooden figure. And so she's made out of the very trees and everything herself. As she runs her fingers over the plants that Danilo grew, like she begins blossoming into that, and she smiles like, it has been much too long since I've had this form.
I like the crocodile.
I mean, we were all fond of Dundee, but you know, I'm glad you're back again, I guess.
We shouldn't call you Dundee anymore. Like, that's rude, right?
Call me what you wish. It does not alter who I am.
So we've lost Dundee.
I don't think we lost Dandy. I think you
but
are
he's
many
not-
things, including Dandy.
Not a crocodile anymore. I've lost Dundee. She's not Dundee. She's a person, somebody else. I'm sad.
But you have the butterflies.
Yeah, I have the butterflies. You're right. I have the butterflies. Woo!
Did you name them yet?
Yeah, I did, actually. I did name them. This is Ergo and this is Ditto.
Ergo and Ditto. Those
Yeah.
are good butterfly names.
Yeah, right, aren't they?
I mean, that's a pretty fantastic butterfly name. I mean, if I were a butterfly, I could not think of a better name than that.
Thank you. Butterflies. I try to feed some cookies to the butterflies, which they probably won't eat, but well.
Did you make them like pollen or nectar cookies?
No. Maybe I can.
Make them some goldenrod cookies. I hear butterflies like goldenrod.
Okay. I'll go and talk to the house.
Okay, and it feels like it's about coming up on time for another break, and it feels like we, since Ludo will not be with us for the last two games, it's almost like we're ramping up into an end, just to make sure everyone's okay. Would this be a bad day to end the series on for everyone, or do we want to just like play to find out and see what happens, or?
I mean, I'm okay with ending it, but I kind of want to keep going at the same time.
I understand. We'll
But I
see.
I don't want Gary to. I don't want Ludo to miss out.
Yeah. It I'll talk about this in chat during the break. Let's take a another 6-minute break. Be back at top of the hour.
All right.
So, shall we see how this game goes and decide what happens near the end? Do we want to talk about that now, or? Anyone? Am I coming through?
You are, but I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah, sorry, my cat stepped on the headphone jack and pulled the cord out, so I was waiting for that to get back to normal. So what I was just thinking about is I wouldn't mind role playing as Jack for a little bit. Find out what the hell he did before he met Danilo. You know, we could totally do like precursor stuff.
That's cool.
Or we could do other incarnations of gods in previous, pantheons. Like the last time Danilo and Shango met.
I like it. Let's.
Oh God.
Is that okay with you as well, Sarabelle and Sabine? Because I know with Ludo,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't there for the second season, I guess. So you'll have to catch me up, but I'll do whatever. I'm fine.
Okay. So yeah, I think this is the majority of everyone going to face Moon Daddy at the. Ooh, I do like the idea of Patsy's adventures through the plains too.
Right? That sounds cool.
But,
Chanillo on the beach, Passy in the plains, Passy Planeswalker.
Oh God.
Yeah, as the tower is like this large Aztec-looking pyramid, the ones with the stairs leading up to the flat top. And I think several mortals have turned up, some who are demanding the sun come back, some coming to give tribute and pay fealty in order to become gods. Just an entire morass of people who start giving you guys space as they start realizing who you all are. And I think that the light of Moon Daddy is visible from the top of the pyramid, even though you're at the bottom. What do you do?
This place now.
This feels like some Ghostbusters shit right here.
This is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. We have literal Gaia, super cool. I know that. And all of us, we're also very cool and very hot. So
Just don't say what could possibly go wrong, please.
What could? No, I'm not saying that. Look, we have to go up there, right?
I think. Garia?
So,
I mean, you're the strategist here. What do we do?
Yeah.
Aegir unwraps something on velvet and reveals the knife that is soaked with the moon's blood and gives it to Gaia. As the moon was taken from the power of the earth, I think it's only fitting that you finish it off.
And Gaia chuckles and takes the knife and looks like, this is quite powerful. I can use this. And she looks at you, all the gods, like, would you give me a distraction for a bit? I'll need some time to prepare. It's been a while.
Oh, distractions we can do.
Yeah, distractions are great. We can't do an impromptu concert performance. That would be distracting as hell, right?
Yeah, but we might want to clear. We kind of want to get the civilians out of here, I think, right?
I think that can be the good. We start a concert and the civilians will gather there. I think that's the good.
See?
Yeah. So I think this is a time to describe performances. So I think this is the performance where describe the performance that you put on to save the Earth. Only this isn't one of those damn clean the ocean concerts. And we will start with Pasithea. What does your distractive concert look like?
Oh, I think I want to have some butterfly wings and float over the stage, like in the picture, really. Like the Katie Meyer Heitke did, float around, and then you have lots of music and fireworks. And also, I will wear some sort of a crown, and I make a song about a princess because there's a dragon up there, and I kind of seem to remember that they like princesses, so that's what I'm doing.
I like the fireworks, like those like really developed cartoon fireworks. Like they explode into butterflies that fly away. They explode into a princess like right next to a tower, ready to be captured by a dragon.
I'm the princess. There are no other princesses. No.
Ooh.
I'm the princess, and everything else is centered on Pasithea because hallucinations, altered perceptions of reality, right? And right now, the altered perceptions that I am the fucking princess, and you really need to have that. You really need to look at me.
Ooh, I like that. So, speaking of the more violent half of Pasithea, Danilo, how is your concert going?
I'm pioneering atmospheric eco black metal.
And for those of us that don't know what that is, go
Wolves in
on.
the throne room. It's somewhere between black metal and opera and symphonies and atmospheric electronic music, like that kind of drifty, wafty, almost new agey, floaty feeling with blast beats and howling about what has been done to this planet and how we have to stop. So basically, I'm scolding everyone.
Oh, how Danilo has fallen.
I mean, it sounds great, and it's a good thing that it just sounds like because otherwise, if they could hear the words, they'd probably be really disappointed.
Yeah, and so, Garia, what is your concert like?
So the theme of the concert is industrial decay. So we have a stage where the instruments seem to be. It seems like everything is done by parts of the Rust Belt, that they are used as drums, and suddenly there is this rise of electronica as we see a conveyor belt coming, and it's all with equipment of the great technocratic monopolies, and we see expensive VPM and Apple and Microsoft stuff just being completely exploded in stage. And while this is happening, there is a slow rise as the electronic music is coming from it, and we have these tree rising in the center where it's the outside is papier mache to imitate a tree, but the roots and the phloema and the branches out there are made of shiny neon cables. And yeah.
I like it. And Shango, since you can't deflect now, what is your concert like?
Bold of you to assume that I would deflect. Since we were told to draw people in, Shango is leaning on her sexuality. Like, it is like giant and plush, and there are like gorgeous, gorgeous women, and she's in this like long red robe. and it's just like it's Cardi B at the Grammys, like explicitly. And she's just trying to pull as many people away from this pyramid as humanly possible. Everything about relationships. Yeah. Yeah, she's putting herself out on display, essentially becoming like the light to which these moths will soon be drawn to.
And as the people are drawn away, your old fans coming, new fans coming, people just afraid for their lives. The new Lunal, Soul Luna, whatever, is seeing and hearing these concerts, and as the crescendos of every concert rises, each god and folk hero giving it their all, the grand Soul Luna begins to summon powers to try and smite at you all, or strike you all at the very least. And that's when the knife cuts through the ring fingers, or at least one of them, and the bodies separate. Luna and Soul no longer bound. And I think that this is when Gaia is standing up to both of her parents, who have used her as basically a playground for millennia to do with humans as they saw fit. But it is one against two. As the fight goes on, it seems that these powerful titans are winning against an unproven and newly unbound Gaia. What are you going to do to turn the tides of this battle?
Fuck this. I know how to fight. I'm just going to fly up there. I mean, since we're on some god level shit anyway, I'm just going to literally fly to the top of the pyramid to help her out.
I'm not trained to fight, but I can distract the hell, and altered perceptions are... If your perceptions are altered, that's not good in a fight, so I'll just play about with shadow and light just to confuse Luna and Soul and both of them, and who is who anyway, and what's going on. They're not earthly beings, come on.
Hey, Passy, can you make like 50 of me just to
Sure.
distract them?
Huh. I can make them see 50 of you.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I will go with hallucinations and altered perceptions to confuse Luna and
That's
Gaia.
amazing.
Luna, no, not Luna and Gaia. See, I'm confused myself. Luna and Soul.
I am going to roll to lash out physically at Soul. Because that dude's just been a shit.
Go ahead and do so.
Oh god, that did not go well.
Oh, God.
What do I roll with? Is that a flat?
Volatile. No,
Oh,
that's
volatile.
a +1, but
Yeah, that's okay. Mark experience then.
What do you roll?
a
Can I
5.
help?
Yeah,
Oh. Huh.
like not even close.
Yeah, so I think that Soul Invictus sends this blast or shock through the myriad Danillos coming towards them, hitting the real one. You take 2 harm from this fiery lance.
God damn it. And of course, this is just after we rewrote my darkest self, which would have been very fucking helpful. God damn it.
Yes, Shango?
So I am going to perform a miracle,
Oh, do
which
tell.
I'm straight from the last couple issues. Actual click. She's going to click her fingers and turn into a giant woman. It's going to be her essentially encased in like a mech of lightning.
Ooh. Yeah. Do you choose one thing that happened, or two things that happen, or do I choose one?
Pick one. What a weird old thing.
Luna's going to ask you, who would it hurt to lose more, Danilo or Nzinga?
That's shitty because you know the answer is it was to lose Danilo.
Yes, it was. And now Luna knows who to target.
Yeah.
So, I take it
I
you're
have to think
lashing out
about that.
physically.
Yes, I am.
So roll plus volatile, your good stat.
Cool. Good thing I have a very high tile stat. That a 8.
So do they gain a string on you? Do I decide how bad the harm is? Or do you go your darkest self?
Decide how bad the harm is.
I think Luna and Sol, I think everyone on the pyramid avoids the strike as a, I think Luna is going for Danilo, which throws you off as you try to strike at her. You hit the pyramid itself. It is crumbling.
Run, everybody.
Agaria, what are you doing?
Algeria looks at the tower, looks at the Titans fighting, and she delves deep into her cave of secrets of all the gathered treasures, and she reaches out for the thing that she was holding out the most, the the secret about the place of the sun and the moon and Gaia, and how to sever them, allow them to be separated from this world, even if not defeated. And she looks into this thread and makes a miracle to expose it for everyone to see.
Ooh. Yeah, do you want to choose what happens, or do I?
You pick.
Who do you care the most about?
Honestly, at this point, this is a weird thing to say, but Marcia Aurea and all those mortals that we screwed up in our games.
Ooh.
Basically, yeah, that we have been selling the proximity of divinity. Well, they were always special, and that's who she's thinking on as she does this.
I think the mortals see it, and I think to the mortals, this thread looks like their utmost desire. And Marcia will cut herself reaching for this single thread and take 2 harm and get a string on you. I think with this string exposed, Gaia knows what to do and severs it. Luna is suddenly engulfed in a white light, shot off the earth, put back into the sky as the moon reforms. The dragon on the sun flies away as Sol Invictus is dragged back to his own planet of being, no longer capable of walking on the earth. Gaia, for her last bit, sinks into the pyramid, righting it before it falls, letting it sink into the earth to not make a mar on the landscape of LA. The earth is back in balance and will be more magical of a place once the godliness spreads more evenly amongst people. but I think we are at the place where it is time for epilogues. And the one thing I want to do with the way Agaria, Danilo, Shango had worked those miracles to do or work those collaborations to make the world more reflective of their outlook is that once the powers begin flowing in people, like as Agaria said, that you can just like snap your fingers and your coffee's warm or your cigarette's lit. People start realizing if they work together, they can work miracles. They'll never be able to like create a gingerbread house. They'll never be able to create a tree that allows them to fight the police. But 100 people can make sure a garden gives up enough food for their community for a year. 100 people can make sure that the water is safe to drink. So these like self-sufficiency and miracles start rising enough that capitalism begins failing because there's enough to go around. People don't need to work to live a life where they're working to consume. There's enough for people. There is no scare tactic of you will die without us. So yeah, I am curious what we do for epilogues. Does anyone want to start first with what happens with their characters? So last few, I assume that the godliness will take its toll. That you guys have about 2 years. Unless your epilogue changes that, feel free to do what you'd like. And if no one wants to go first, I can start picking on people. Okay, so I am curious about the marriage between Danilo and Shango. But first, Shango, how does Nzinga take this proposal?
How does Nzinga take the proposal? Because I don't think it's much long after everything went down that she's like, okay, we should probably talk. She's not really good at communicating it, so it probably goes very poorly. I can easily see a city block just not being around anymore because of it.
I think the post-scarcity world comes faster. It's like this probably ends with Nzinga either burning herself out or having to be put down. So her powers immediately start flowing into the mortal world. And, lots of potheads are very happy now because they don't have to light their bongs with chemical lighters. Yeah, what is the wedding like, Danilo and Shango?
Patsy's maid of honor, of course.
Do we just want to let Passy come up with the staging for it?
Ooh. Passy gets to plan the wedding.
I've never
Pasithea, wedding planner.
Oh wow, okay. Pasithea is not very coordinated, you know that. So she'll throw up something at the last minute after having made various plans and stuff and gone to ferry to find the perfect light to be there and ask it. And yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of, we have asked Gaia to officiate the. Well, no, she's brought a crocodile because Dundee isn't there anymore, but she has brought a crocodile. So that can officiate because it should, and at least Dundee should be there or something that is Dundee. And there will be
like it's a crocodile and like Gaia's behind a curtain actually talking.
Yeah, maybe. And it's kind of a stage out in the open because forest. I think Danilo likes forests for some reason. I have a vague idea that he grew up in one actually. And there is this amazing light that's most of the decoration. There are some hastily thrown up stuff, and there are all these butterflies flying around. And yeah, that's mostly it because Pasithea will apologize that, hey, that's sorry, I was too busy with the light to get anything else. But I have a photographer.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's not like I was gonna invite anybody anyway. Besides
Passy,
you guys.
this is exactly what I expected from you. I love you. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
love
going
you
to hug
too.
you.
Yeah, do that. I will hug
Yeah.
both of you.
Oh
And
yeah.
I love the two of you. And this world's in good hands with you, right? It is. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I mean,
Well,
when you invite a chaos or a chaotic stoner god to plan your wedding, you kind of know this is going to happen.
Yeah, I forgot
honestly,
the whole food and drink stuff, I guess.
That's
we'll
okay.
make it work. We'll make
Yeah.
it work. We always do.
I mean, honestly, there's not that many people here. We don't really need to worry about it. We can just like kick back and smoke a bowl. I mean, who
Hey.
needs food? We can have some tasty little cakes or something.
Hey,
Yeah, I
I've
brought the
never been to
gingerbread
In-N-Out.
Ooh, good idea. Animal style, but vegan.
So the reception's at In-N-Out because they're teenagers.
I mean, it's better than White Castle.
Okay, I think you two might want to do a joint epilogue, since I assume your characters will be ending up together.
Yeah. I totally see them just getting in like a beater and taking a road trip together.
Mm.
And they're never in a place long enough that the crowds and the hubbub gets to be too much, but seeing as much as they can with the time that they have. We're going to New York for Christmas for sure. We're
The
avoiding my
one
parents for sure.
the one detail I was going to add on that is that we're on
Mhm.
top of the Empire State Building as it's snowing on Christmas Eve at midnight.
Yeah.
And the bells, of course, were ringing out for Christmas Day.
On the No, not on the World Trade Center.
No, Empire State Building, please. Let's be classy about this. Even though Danilo has no idea who the Pogues are.
Gary, what is your epilogue?
I think we see a desert place. No idea how long it has been. On the sky, there are barely any stars except the one that Pasi and Danilo created. And there is some figure cloaked in desert clothes that wanders into the cavern, and we see encased on a stalagmite the robotic shell of Egeria, and around it's what seems to be old, most of them destroyed servers, and what seems to be an assorted series of forbidden knowledge that she was trying to make sure will not see the return of Sol and Luna to this new world.
Nicely done. And Pasty are Ergo and Ditto with this epilogue.
I'm sorry, you were roboting. I didn't get that.
Are your butterflies with you?
Huh. Well, no, in my epilogue, you will see it's brief. It's a short while after the wedding, and I think you will see Danilo and Shango doing something and being happy and peace at some kind of peace. And Pasi will look at them and take a deep breath and say, "Okay, I guess then that's done. Let's miracle it all away." And then Pasi will turn into a couple of hundreds of butterflies, and they just go out and into the cosmos and into the world and everywhere. And she will just end there.
Aww. Thank you all for playing. Thanks everyone who has watched for watching. I will see everyone next week. Well, I will see most of you next week. Let's see if this broadcast actually ends this time.